So I think this is the earliest we've ever done one of these, and we tend to go to these pretty early.
For sure.
But it might also help that we're not seeing a new release this week, because apparently our cinema doesn't want to stock any of the 3 new movies coming out this week.
Nope.
So, instead, we've made the choice to go see 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, which I'm okay with. I am not Pupsetti spaghetti about that one.
Me neither.
I have been anticipating this movie for months, and I know you just watched the trailer earlier this week, and I heard you. You're like, oh, let's go see this one instead.
Definitely.
So Carson with the beard and Nick with the good hair will be going to see 3 Billboards, and I gotta say, beyond just the trailer, I'm excited because I really like Martin McDonagh's work. Because he did 7 Psychopaths and he did In Bruges. I love both of those films, and I'm just like, sweet. He gets to work with Frances McDormand and Sam Rockwell again, and Woody Harrelson. Yes, bring it on. So I'm excited for it. What about you?
Oh yeah, I love me some black comedies.
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, this is probably going to be very dark, because what it's about is a woman's daughter goes missing, presumed dead at the very least. And she rents out these 3 billboards to essentially call out the sheriff of the town, because he didn't really do his job looking for her daughter. And so we get a very foul-mouthed and pissed off Frances McDormand just raising hell throughout the whole movie is what it looks like.
And apparently Sam Rockwell as a cop just kind of just punching everybody, it seems like.
So I'm excited. Like, that premise alone just sold, and then add to that all the pedigree, all the talent that's in this movie. I'm ready. I can't wait.
Yep.
All right, let's do this.
What's the law on what you can and cannot say on a billboard? I assume you can't say nothing defamatory, and you can't say fuck, piss, or cunt. That right?
Or anus?
I think I'll be all right then.
I guess you're Angela Hayes' mother.
That's right. I'm Angela Hayes' mother.
You know the word beget?
she said begets?
Oh my god. Okay. This is higher praise than what it's gonna sound like. Blade Runner 2049 is still my favorite movie of the year. This is a close second, though.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I'm glad that there's finally this year a movie that isn't all about spectacle. Like, more I won't call it an Oscar bait film, because this isn't an Oscar bait film.
Yeah, it really isn't.
But
at all.
But a dramatic film that isn't spectacle and doesn't special effects
take itself too seriously. Like, surprisingly heartfelt movie.
Yeah,
but definitely interjects some pretty dark fucking comedy into, like.
But what's great is that
bits.
I feel like the comedy in this film allows the absurdism of the plot and of the characters to work even better.
Yeah.
And first of all, the writing is fantastic.
It is.
I mean,
like, every time I thought there was going to be some kind of cringy line, like at the very start with Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
You know, when it. Spoiler! I don't know. I mean, it's like kind of at the start. He just delivers a very cringy line, and they're immediately like, they just reject it.
Yeah.
And it just gets made fun of.
Yeah.
Because when it happened, I was like, ooh, is this going to be like that?
Yeah.
And then they immediately made fun of it, and I was like, oh, yeah, back on track.
Yeah, so this is a complaint that I rail against a lot, is that, or that I make a lot, is movies with tonal whiplash. And this film, it's definitely like, oh, we're laughing at, oh, no, we're not laughing right now.
Like, uh-oh.
But it's never off balance. It never felt off kilter. It was like, no, that was intentional. They wanted to make you laugh so that when this next thing happens, you're like, it hits you harder. It's unexpected, but it's not out of the norm. It's not out of the realm of possibility. And it just it drives home the living and breathing nature of these characters.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the story when like there was not a lot of exposition in the movie, and there was a lot of characters with very like pointed stories that were not like told directly. But you still but I still feel like nothing was left like I wasn't left wanting more. I'm not saying every story was wrapped up.
Yeah.
Because it didn't need to be wrapped up.
Yeah.
Because they gave you like a good enough idea.
Exactly.
Of like where these stories with these characters were going.
Exactly.
Even like a lot of the minor characters.
Yeah.
For the better or for the worse. Like, you know, like I don't mean for the better or for the worse, like critically speaking, like of the film. I just mean of the characters, like for better or for worse. You kind of know where their story's going. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of characters for, you know, like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, there was. Like, I keep thinking back, I'm like, oh, yeah, and that guy, and all of them were great. Like, there was not a performance that didn't work flawlessly. Even the character that definitely didn't belong, they made sure you knew that she didn't belong. And it was great.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Like, it was fantastic. And I gotta say, before I forget, I will be sad when Game of Thrones is over, but I'll be happy when Game of Thrones is over because Peter Dinklage will be getting back to making movies like this.
Yeah.
He's a great fucking actor, and he's barely in the movie, but he's fantastic.
What, like
couple scenes?
Four scenes?
Yeah. John Hawkes was fantastic, her ex-husband. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, Sam Rockwell
was like unexpected show stealing, like
it's Frances McDormand's movie, and we'll get to her in a minute, but he really pulled out the fucking stops.
I mean, I would argue that it was just as much his movie.
I could see that argument. We can't really discuss that here, but I see that.
But just in, you know, like in terms of the stories that are told, like unexpected.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And his character was so good.
Yeah.
It starts out as like, he starts out as a one note, like kind of fucking joke.
But
and then the farther the movie goes, you're like, he's still like kind of a joke, but you're like, well, this guy actually has an interesting story.
Yeah, it's beautiful and
crazy good storytelling.
It's beautiful, it's subtle, and it's, you know, Woody Harrelson, fantastic.
Great.
Absolutely fantastic. And Frances McDormand is incredible. She is, I want her to win the Oscar for best lead.
It's crazy because like
for this.
I don't even know who out of this I guess would get. I mean, I guess I would say Sam Rockwell for like a supporting actor, but then at the same time you're like,
but then everybody
was so good.
That's why I really honestly think that the Oscars need like a best ensemble category, so we could just put all the ensemble movies into there.
It's crazy because like I think about it, this is definitely one of my favorite movies this year, next to Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah,
and it's kind of almost in terms of storytelling like the opposite of Blade Runner.
Yeah,
where Blade Runner is like a very long movie focused around like pretty much one character.
Yeah.
But it's really well told still.
Absolutely.
This like jammed easily like a dozen characers.
A town. It's really a portrait of the town.
A dozen characters into how long was the movie? Like about 2 hours?
Because we went in at like 3:10. It's only 5:30 now.
Yeah, and it was like I can't think of a character where I wasn't like, you know what? I feel like we got a pretty good idea of like what's going on with them.
Yeah, and absolutely no character was left out. I feel each character definitely got their due, but the movie does it so flawlessly.
Yeah, there weren't like big characters there that were there for like the sake of convenience.
Yeah,
like it felt like,
and it never felt like, okay, well, this scene we're kind of concentrating on this character. I can't wait to get back to the other character. No, the way that it flowed and moved through all of these characters really painted this beautiful, or really put together this beautiful tapestry of this town. And at the heart of this film, it really is about, about grief and about growing, you know, from whatever pain that there might be. And
yeah, definitely like the kind of grief and acceptance sort of
but it's
theme,
never
like,
maudlin about it.
Yeah.
It never drags.
Especially because every character, like, as far as the whole, you know, grief and acceptance of grief kind of thing, is handled in wildly different ways by every character.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
But in ways that, like, make sense.
Yeah.
Like, for that character. It's not just there for the sake of, like, oh, you know, this guy gets angry, this guy gets sad, this guy gets, you know, apathetic.
Yeah, it isn't this character fills it's not paint by numbers with these characters.
Yeah. 'Cause there's a lot of overlap between the two.
And it's I feel like part of what makes this such a great ensemble is what you're talking about is that each character talks to and handles another character different, but then certain characters will handle someone the same. So it's like, okay, this character is doing this. I understand, and everything that they do here is believable. So that when changes are made with the character, you understand them, and it makes complete sense as to why that's happening.
I agree. Also, movie was just like pretty funny.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Don't wanna like miss
like
that.
really good characterization, but like it's a heavy fucking story. Like
yes,
it is not shy away from like the rape and murder of the main character's daughter.
The plot so the plot and the story and what happens are kind of like different things, but the plot, such as it is Frances McDormand,
like the premise for it, like the driving force.
Yeah, she her daughter was raped and murdered and set on fire about 9 months prior, and there has been no ground made on the investigation. And so she gets fed up and she rents these 3 billboards right outside Ebbing, Missouri, pretty much
they just call out the police
call out the chief of police, and
gets a lot of attention.
Yeah, and it's how the town and how these people react.
Yeah.
And how their lives are impacted by this choice.
Yeah, like it's not necessarily about the case at all. It's just the driving force. Like this isn't like it revolves around like the criminal investigation that she wants, but it's not like a procedural, you know what I mean? It's not this police procedural movie. But I mean the case is still important, but it's definitely not about that.
Yeah. And
like I
think that's smart that not only is it not about that, but the movie starts within the first scene. She's going to put up the billboards. Yeah. And it begins and it keeps going. And I was a little bit afraid. I was like, okay, if these billboards aren't at least being put up or talked about being put up within the first 5 minutes of this movie, we're gonna have a slow movie on our hands.
We're gonna knock it down a star, you know.
Yeah, but no, this movie, it's like it's laser focused on what it wants to be about, and it goes for it, and it's magnificent. And everything from top to bottom, the film was shot beautifully. There's some amazingly shot scenes. The music, I kind of liked the main theme that went throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. Kind of like bookended the
in a way.
Film.
What this movie does, what I wish a lot more movies would do, and that is understand the importance of silence. And this film definitely gets that. Not that it's completely quiet and you're just like listening to your own heartbeat.
I don't think it's really. Yeah, it's not really a quiet movie.
But it's like, okay, we don't need to be playing the theme to this movie the whole movie. We don't need music pumped into every little aspect. No. This is a quieter moment. This needs to. The actors are breathing. The scene is living.
Yeah,
and
especially
we're
because
that up.
And it worked just really well because they established like what kinds of people these characters are.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times where you kind of have, it turns into an awkward silence because you're like, what are they thinking? What am I waiting for? Like,
yeah.
You know, you're like, what are they just kind of blank faced or.
Yeah.
Or they're trying too hard, and you're like, what's you're like, what's happening? Like, they're either just, it's like Kristen Stewart or like Nick Cage.
Yeah,
like,
or
what
is
are
this,
they thinking? Or
yeah,
like, oh my god, they're thinking too much.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect
like
medium.
And you can definitely feel like those moments of inflated tension between characters, and it's fantastic. I highly recommend this movie deserves your money.
It does.
Go see it in cinemas. It's a great movie, and it just solidifies how good, I messed up his name at the beginning, Martin McDonagh. It solidifies even more so just how damn good of a writer and director he is.
Yeah, I mean, I was just expecting this movie to be like pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kind of there's kind of a lot of like black comedy drama BS I don't really like, and this movie didn't.
Well, you were saying off camera that you were kind of expecting it to be like an upper echelon, like Coen Brothers type of movie, and it's like, no, this transcends that. This moves beyond it and is better and is.
That being said, based on the trailer, it definitely looks like a kind
based
of Coen
on the trailer,
Brothers sort
you're
of movie.
absolutely right. Yeah,
but as you get into it, you kind of realize like, okay, this movie knows when to have the jokes and when to have a serious moment.
Yeah,
and the jokes, for the most part, actually, I can't even really think of a time where there's a joke and I wasn't like,
yeah, every joke,
like they
every joke
landed pretty well.
Yeah,
like Woody Harrelson's jokes were like when you see it, you get it, but they were like just fucking on point.
I absolutely love the film. Deserves your money. Please go out and see it.
Yeah,
easily one of the best movies I've seen in a month.
It's definitely like you're not getting anything extra by seeing it in the theaters, but it's just like that good.
Yeah,
it's just like just give me your money.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Or like if you don't see it in theaters, like just go buy it. Don't even just go buy it.
Yeah,
because
I want to return to this movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was great.
So next week, I have no idea what comes out. Maybe I, Tanya, or
maybe we'll just be a week behind from now on. Like, really, we're just building at this point. Like, we're just building up to Star Wars. Everything,
it feels like it.
Content's content.
Yeah.
But there's definitely filler content.
Yeah.
And that is everything from.
Oh man!
Now to Star Wars.
Pitch Perfect 3 and All the Money in the World come out after Star Wars. They're like the 22nd.
When does that Jessica Chastain movie come out?
Oh, Molly's Game?
Molly's Game.
It's got to be in the next few. I do really want to see that.
I don't.
Although I want to see it, but the trailers do not help in selling that movie one bit.
They do not at all.
You know how many witches they burned in Salem? How many?
None.
They hanged them.
Them.
Fuck off, Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, I know. I'm so clever.
Anyway, but that's not this movie. This movie, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Go see it, please. I implore you. So, with all that being said, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Tell us below if you've seen the movie. Let us know what you think. I'd love to know. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/glassfilmshouse, facebook.com/glasshousefilms, and Twitter @glasshousefilms. Thanks, y'all, and we'll see you next week. Bye.